Hello, fellow travelers. This is Veronica from Human Design Journey. Today, we're going to look at the 9 centers inside our body graph and what each of them stands for. So we have the 9 energy centers, which are like the 9 chakras in the Hindu Brahmin system. And we have the head center, where inspiration, anxiety, and mental pressure is. We have the ajna, which is where conceptualization is and way of thinking, the way your mind would be structured. The throat center is communication and manifestation and action. We have the G center, self, direction, love. The heart center, ego, willpower, the material plane. We have the solar plexus center, which is where the emotions, the feelings, the nervousness is. We have the splenic center on the other side, where intuition and instinct, fear, the immune system is. We have the sacral center, where sexuality, life, and death is. And the root center, which is life fuel, pressure, stress, and depression. The 9 energy centers is the construct of our body, and it corresponds to a different biological place in the body. So in the head, we have the pineal gland. So it's the pressure to translate existence. And on the other side, we have the root pressure. So we're in a sandwich of pressure, so to say, where the adrenal glands are, the kundalini energy, the pressure to move and to balance between fear and trust. And then we have so those are the 2 fuels. Then we have the ajna, which is anterior and posterior pituitary glands, the mind, the cogitating and the process of mental awareness over time, in the past, in the now, and in the future, projecting and able to think in all times, over all time, which is separated by the throat, which is where we meet the outside world via manifestation, expression. This is also where our metabolism is, the thyroid and the parathyroid glands. The throat is a center of communication and action, primary action. And as you see, it is what everything is directed energetically towards, to express. So the head and ajna want to express via the voice of the throat, and also the energy in the body wants to express itself in the throat to come out. So if there is a movement of energy, it moves in all directions, of course, and still there is some inclination towards the throat, because this is where actually the energy is being expressed and shared with the outside world, which validate it being there. So we have the G center, which is the liver, the self, the locator, the sense of direction and love. And people with defined G center will have their identity dissolve if they abuse over time different substances, and which are bad for the liver. Dissolving one's personality. Well, you never know. The heart center, thymus, stomach, goal, bladder, will, and commitment. And imagine 70%, 65% of the people have it open. So we have a lot of heart attacks in the world, ulcers, um, stones in the gallbladder, etc. We have the spleen with the lymphatic system, where the immunity is, the intuition, and the process of physical awareness in the now, the well-being. We have the solar plexus, where the kidney is, the bladder, the pancreas is, emotions, and the process of awareness in the wave. That's why when we're nervous, we tend to want to get rid of water in our body, and also we can get thirsty when we're nervous. We have the sacral center, which is the fertility center, where our ovaries and testes are, the fertility and sexual energy, the power to sustain activity, and availability or not to energy, resourcefulness. It's the life and the sexual energy in one. We have the root center, where we have the adrenal glands, the kundalini energy, pressure to move, and the balance between fear and trust, and stillness or adrenalized pressure. We have the fuel, the potential, the possibility, and the expression. So we have two pressure centers, the head and the root, which put us under enormous pressure to think and to move and to hurry, be in a hurry, under the stress of mind tripping. So by itself, this shows us that there are two things we do too much in this world: overthink and be too much in a hurry and under stress. We have three awareness centers. The spleen, which is the most ancient awareness we have. It's our intuition, instinct, and it's awareness in the now. We have the Ajna Center, which is awareness over all times. It's our anxiety and thinking process happens, analyzing strategically what's going on and being aware over all time conceptually. We have the solar plexus center, which is about to become an awareness center. It's still a motor. It's an emotional motor, which is moving the emotional energy in a wave pattern from pain to hope and back again, and is undergoing a mutation, which will make a completely awareness, emotional awareness gift come and emerge into the world. We don't know how exactly this is going to be, and how it's going to show itself, and what are the attributes of this awareness, emotional awareness. But we know that from 7-centered being, we're now a 9-centered being. And it's not about strategical survival anymore. Our movie is different. It's about emotional awareness and spiritual development and abundance coming up to the material world, coming up into the form. We have 4 motors: the heart center, the willpower, the solar plexus, the emotional power, the root center, the adrenal power, kundalini, and the sacral, the life force energy power, the sexual energy. We have 1 direction center, center of direction, love, and behavioral identity. The roles we have: our higher self, which gives us our direction and our identity and the way we perceive and the way we're after love. Love in the body, love towards the world, love in all kinds of forms, not personal love. And we have 1 manifestation, transformation, initiation, and expression center, the throat center. The undefined centers, if we have those white, not colored in our body graph, are the playing ground of the mind for its mind games, which we call the not self themes, the false self. So the head center will be occupied with questions that don't matter. The ajna center will be pretending that they're mentally certain. When this center is undefined or open, the throat center trying to attract attention. The G center is trying to find direction and love and fix their identity, identifying itself with a trait or profession or relationship, etc. The ego center trying to prove and improve oneself, to overpromise, to put itself under pressure of the ego, to be willful. The solar plexus center avoiding confrontation and truth, not standing for themselves, and trying not to rock the boat, thus living a secret double life. The sacral center not knowing when enough is enough, not knowing when to stop, and exaggerating in any direction about anything. The root center always in a hurry to be free of pressure, and it's never ending stress. The splenic center holding on to what isn't good for these people. Remember, this is also our immune system. So not knowing what to let be in the body, what's harmful, what's not harmful, and tending to keep and to hold on to things which are not good, relationships or quick fixers like caffeine, nicotine, etc., alcohol, other substances, changing the consciousness changing substances. The not self strategy of the open centers for 70% of the people is, am I trying to answer everybody else's questions? This is the mantra the question we can ask ourselves to come back to center and not being put and to waste our energy there. Am I trying to convince everyone that I'm still certain? 50% of the people with open ajna or undefined ajna. 30% of the undefined throats. Am I trying to attract attention? Is a good question to ask in any situation where you're doing things, manifesting things, expressing things, starting conversations. Am I looking for love and direction? Am I looking to fix my identity and know who I am at all times? Be rigid, 45% of the people. Do I think I have something to prove? 65% of the people are losing energy there, doing things out of the need to prove and the want to improve and make better your worth and value instead of just because you want to do things. 50% of the people are avoiding confrontation and truth, not expressing their value, actually, not expressing what they have to bring to the table. 35% of the people not knowing when enough is enough. 40% of the people in a hurry to get things done, to trying to get free of the pressure. So the centers have their not self strategies, and usually this is trying to fix, trying to compensate, to overcompensate. But actually what it comes out is exaggeration. It's making things unrealistic and over puffed, over reactive, and over stimulating with this openness. So if you want to know more about the centers, there is video for each center separately, and there are more details there. So if you would you like to subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, question, communicate, share, whatever you want. I'm Veronica from Human Design Journey. And if you would like, you could visit my website or Instagram or Facebook page for more information. I will be glad to see you again with my next video and with more to come from me. Bye for now.